You live? It looks like we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the WUKAR live event. It is currently the 25th of September, 2014. We're glad you're here. I want to personally welcome all of our guests who are seeing what we're doing. They're taking a look at our operation for the first time. Welcome to you. You're about to just hang on to your seat because you're about to see something the likes of which I personally have never seen. If you don't know who I am, I'm John Lavenia. I'm an author, an international speaker, and an online business coach. Been full-time in the home business world, online and offline, for well over a decade. I've made a few $1,000,000. That's really cool, but I've never seen anything like what we've got here with Team WUKAR. We've got two great hosts tonight. Typically, I'm the guy running my mouth, but that's not the case tonight. You get to hear from a couple really, really awesome people. We've got Kelly here, who you just saw pop on screen. He's been extremely successful, seven-figure producer in the home business world, online business. He started and run his own companies. Very powerful guy in the online marketing world. And we also have the lovely, best-selling author, Mrs. Carla Silver, who's here. She's hosted or co-written books with none other than Brian Tracy. She's been in business development for many, many years. She knows a lot about direct selling and how to make money as well, also a seven-figure producer. So without further ado, I think we're going to go with ladies first. Let's pass it over to Carla, and she's going to show you how we've already created over $2 million worth of business just with an idea that's only 6 weeks old at this point. So Carla, what's going on? Welcome to you, and the show is yours.
Hey, thank you. It's great to be here, and congratulations to those of you that have been invited to join us. You might be a friend of somebody's, you might be a family member, you might have seen somebody's Facebook blow up over the last few weeks, you might have been on somebody's list. Regardless, we're really glad you're here, and we're really grateful you're here. What you're going to listen to today could potentially fundamentally change your future. And I know that's a big, bold statement, but it had fundamentally changed my future exactly 6 weeks ago yesterday. I was exposed to this opportunity, and my husband and I have been in the home business arena for over a decade at this point. We don't jump around. We're two of the most focused people that you could ever meet, and it takes a lot for us to even consider even looking at another opportunity. But there are some big, big players that are involved in this project, and this is one of the biggest projects that I've ever worked on. I've had the opportunity to work and build $2 billion companies prior to this. They were publicly traded companies. In those companies, I was one of the first employees at a little company that we've all heard of called MTV back in the 80s. And then I was recruited into the internet industry in 1996 and helped build a very big internet company. And that became a $2 billion company. In both of those cases, though, I was paid as an employee. Now all of us, and that includes you listening to my voice here on this webinar tonight, you have an opportunity to be paid as an entrepreneur. And that is a very, very, very different pay scale. So there's a couple of things that I look at every time I am seriously considering or even just looking at an opportunity. There's the leadership of the company, who's playing, what's the upside, and what's the product. And so 6 weeks ago, if you had asked me that I was going to get on a plane and go to Dubai, of all places, and meet with a billion-dollar CEO of the company we're going to talk about tonight, and other 6, 7, 8, 9-figure earners, I would have been saying, "You're crazy. I'm way too busy. I've got all kinds of things that I'm working on. I'm in the middle of a launch. I've got a team. I can't possibly make room for something else." But again, this is a huge play. So make sure that you're paying attention. Make sure that you have a pen and piece of paper. We're going to go very, very quickly over the products and what exactly the different, very special internet marketing play that we're laying over another company to monetize it. So product. When I'm looking at a company, I'm looking for products that are in demand. I'm looking for products that are logical to sell. I'm looking for products that are easy to sell, and I'm looking for products that people want to buy. Well, at the risk of sounding flippant, the product here is cash, right? So there's nobody on the planet that I'm aware of, and I don't care even if you're a 7, 8, 9, 10 figure earner, you're always looking for cash. And the company that we're working with here is called Doobly. And I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you exactly what we're talking about and why this is a cash play. So here we are. We have the Doobly's. This is Doobly.com, and you might be thinking, well, what is that? What is cash? It's better deals with cash back. How do you get paid to travel? How do you get paid to shop? How do you get paid for coupons and deals? And oh my goodness, here there's something for free. So how does this work? And I just want to say this, back up 2 seconds. Doobly's been around for quite a few years. They've been around since 2003. They had a couple of other business models before that didn't quite work. And they're strong enough companies. You know, typically when a company has a business model that isn't going to work, they crash and burn, right? We've seen that happen over and over and over in the marketplace. But Doobly was strong enough and had the financial backing to completely reorganize themselves, ditch this old business model, and bring about a business model that rewards customers. This is a business opportunity and an opportunity for you and me and every single person that joins our team to be able to provide your customers with the opportunity to get cash back on almost everything that they buy online. So how does it work? Well, a customer might come to this website and say, hey, I want to have cash back on things that I buy online. So they sign up. Super easy. You can do that in 2 seconds. They shop online, and they get cash back. Now, we've all heard of cashback programs like, you know, you get 2% cash back on your Capital One credit card, or you get cash back with your annual membership of Costco, or you get cash back from my PayPal account gives me cash back, right? This is not something where somebody's getting 2, 3, 4, 1% cash back. So let's look at that a little bit. Let's look at it in the depth, because this is the game changer. This company is a global, billion-dollar already, publicly traded company that's traded on the OTC. So it's got a track record behind it already, but it's big all over the world, except for it hasn't really cracked yet the U.S. market, or the North American market. And the North American internet market is the biggest consumer marketplace in the world. So we're right at the beginning of this wave, and I don't think that internet spending is going down, right? Internet spending is only going to be going up, up, and up, and up from here. So let's just take a look briefly at what that means. What kind of shops are invited? What kind of stores are in this marketplace? They're all the ones that you work with: Priceline, Hotwire for travel deals, Hotels.com. If you take a peek at and we'll look a little bit more at this, a little bit more in depth before I hand it over to Kelly. But holy crap, you know, we all shop at Macy's, Banana Republic, Sam's Club. These are not small little cashback, right? You shop at Macy's, for example, you have the opportunity to get between 2.5% up to 8.5% cash back. Now, think about this. This is on top of any kind of coupons, any kind of sales, any kind of discounts and deals. Doesn't matter. You can use all of those, take care of all of your shopping on Macys.com, and then get 8.5% cash back. So for those of you that are slow at math like me, for every $100 you spend, you get $8.50 back, right? But it gets even better. There's some pretty amazing deals. So for example, I just booked my hotel when I went to Dubai to meet with Michael Hansen, the CEO of Doobly, and all the other leaders here at Team WUKAR. I got 11% cash back on a hotel room that I would have booked anyway. Again, there's various memberships here. So you might be thinking, okay, so she booked her hotel on Priceline, but what is this deal between 5%, 9%, and 11% cash back? What's the difference between these kinds of memberships? Well, if you're a free member, and everybody's going to sign up for a free account, right? It's totally logical. If you want to get cash back, this is found money, not discounts and coupons, as I mentioned before. This is found money in your pocketbook, soon to even be paid out by PayPal, by Doobly. All you have to do is sign up for a free account. And we're going to talk about how they upgrade you along the way in a second. So you might be thinking, well, I'm not sure that I do a lot of internet shopping, right? I know that personally, I buy all of my holiday gifts online because I just personally cannot stand the crazy shopping in the malls and stuff during the holidays. But let's just say you're a regular family, and how much might you spend on travel, flights, hotels, vacation rental cars during the year? Let's just say you're on the low end. They have a little calculator here, and this stuff is really really cool because your customers are going to play with this, right? They're going to look and see what can I save, how much money can I quote unquote make by using this Doobly Mall and the Doobly Toolbar, which I'm going to show implemented in a second. So let's just say that your entire family, you only ever spend $2,000. Can you see, guys? I just double checked that you can see my little cursor here, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to actually change it into a pointer. Let's say you spend about $2,000 in travel. Let's say you barely buy anything over a course of a year, and you spend $1,500. I can't get this exact, but you spend about $1,500 a year on shopping. And utilities, that means your gas, electric, your cell phone, insurance, etc. That's going to be a little bit higher, right? Maybe you spend maybe almost $3,000 on all your insurance and your cable bill and all that other stuff. Just with these very small projections, these are really on the low side, guys. If you have a free account, you just got over $300 cash back, cash in your pocket. If you have a premium account, you're getting $562, and if you have a VIP account, which is kind of a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned, you're going to get $690 cash back. I know that Don and I just spent way more than that on our travel to Dubai, right, because it's not an inexpensive place to go to, and therefore our savings are going to be much higher this year. And think about this, guys, too. As the holidays come around, right? We have Black Friday where people are out shopping in malls. Personally, I'm not, as I mentioned before. We have Cyber Monday, and every year, the percentage of people that are shopping on Cyber Monday doubles year after year after year. So these numbers are based on current projections, but as internet spending goes up, and it's only going to go up, right? I can't imagine like the internet that goes away and people don't buy anything on the internet anymore. These projected cashback numbers are only going to go higher. So we have three. Doobly has three different. I have some noise in the background, guys. Doobly has three ways of being a member. Right? Obviously, free accounts, no-brainer. Everybody's going to sign up for a free account because they can immediately get cash back on their membership. They have a premium membership, which is $5 a month, and then they get more cash back, right? And then they get another 4% annual cash back on top of their cash back. And then a VIP is a whopping, guys, $99 a year, and you get a prepaid debit card, you get additional 6% monthly cash back on all your savings, etc. This is for your potential customers, or for anybody that I know. This is an instant, perfect sign up, and again, like I said before, it's a no-brainer. But here is something that is fantastic that Doobly's doing that is it's very innovative, right? Because if you think about it, you really can't change the way people shop, right? I'm the kind of girl that I will always use Tide, right? I'm always going to brush my teeth with Crest, right? I don't want to go to Radio Shack if I want to go to Best Buy, right? I don't want to go to Sam's Club if I go to Costco, right? We all have our certain ways and certain stores that we shop at. So what did Doobly do that is brilliant, that puts the Doobly shopping portal in front of your customers? And I did a quick search online right before we got on, and I thought, okay, so coming up this month, everybody's going to be looking for Halloween costumes for their kids, and maybe even for yourselves, right? So you go online, you search for Halloween customers, and I'm going to point out here, this is what Doobly does. I heard the word hijack the other day, that they are actually hijacking your Google search results. So here I searched on Halloween costumes right here at the top, and right here in that search result. Now, by the way, this company here, HalloweenCostumes.com, is paying tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next month to show up at the top of the search results. But guess what? HalloweenCostumes.com, they're going to give you up to 12% cash back. So let's say you're a free member. You just decided to search for Halloween customers, and you go here, and you say, oh my goodness, I get cash back at this store. My cash back is 6.5%, but I can save 12% today if I upgrade my membership. But it gets better. It's not just that one store, guys. As you scroll through here, there's cash back at Target, up to 7.3%. Cash back at Costume Supercenter. Cash back at Halloween Express. Cash back at Walmart. Cash back at buycostumes.com. Do you see where I'm going, guys? That you don't have to change your customers, and the Doobly customers don't have to change their habits. They don't have to go to a specific website to shop. They can, right? Because here at Doobly.com, there's a whole mall here, right? And I'll show that to you in a second. But this is the brilliant part. This part is the part that got me, because I thought, holy coly, our product is showing up in front of our customers all day long as they shop for the things that they're going to shop for anyway. But they can go to the Doobly shopping mall, and I'll just give you a quick tour of the shopping mall just so you know that these are not Bob's shoe store in the corner. These are places that you shop every single day. So here I am in the portal of the mall. We have Macy's, we have Glasses.com, we have Kohl's, we have pet stores, we have Ralph Lauren, DKNY, Saks Fifth Avenue is in there. There are 5,000 stores, and one of the stores that I always like to show you guys is Apple.com, because I don't know about you, but Apple Store, excuse me. Apple doesn't do anything under MSRP, right? They sell everything at full price. Here in the Apple Store, you get 7% if you're a VIP customer. So if you're going to go buy that, and I don't know how much they cost, guys, I don't know off the top of my head, that $2,000 MacBook Pro Air whatever, or $3,000 whatever, you're getting 7% off or back. It's not a discount, right? That's cash in your pocket. You're going to get that 7% delivered to you on a store that doesn't give you discounts. And again, Dyson, there's travel opportunities, financial insurance companies, your cell phone bill and telecoms. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. These are places that you use to run your life and to make your reservations for Best Western, Hertz, Priceline, Hotels.com. Pretty much every place that you shop is going to be in the Doobly Mall. And moreover, you don't have to go here, right? You can just do what you do every day, Google, and you will find up to 7% cash back here, up to 14% cash back at this buycostumes.com. That is a beautiful thing. And it gets even better, guys. So let's say that you know that you want to buy something at Best Buy, and you go to bestbuy.com. You know you want a Samsung TV, and you want to pick it up, and you've kind of forgotten that you have the toolbar, right? Because that's what most people do. They just kind of forget that that they have this portal. And of course, it's not showing up right now Guys, let me see what's going on here. Oh, you know why? Because I'm already activated for Best Buy. So let's go to Macy's. I shopped at Best Buy earlier today, so I want to show you how it works. Macy's.com. So I go to Macy's.com. It's going to show me Macy's.com, and then if you noticed here at the top of the page, and this is just totally cool, guys. At the top of the page, you just this pop-up or pop down and push the Macy's page down. This Doobly toolbar popped up. So if you know you're going to go shopping at Macy's and Nordstrom's, again, it's a no-brainer on your part. Doobly's technology already knows that you're a member of their quote-unquote club, that you are a Doobly customer, and they're going to remind you that you're going to get up to 8.5% cash back because you are a Doobly member. Now, if you're a free member, again, you get 2.5, then 6.5 as a premier member, and 8.5% as a VIP member. This is a great reminder for your customers that they can upgrade at any time. All they have to do is click that cashback, and I'm not going to go log in here. They click that cashback, activate, and then everything that they buy at Macy's that day, they're going to get their 8.5% cash back. Here's what's beautiful about this, guys. Again, we're not changing anybody's buying habits. That was critical to me because, again, I am not interested in having to go to some other place, to shop through a separate portal. I don't want to change my buying habits. Neither do your potential customers. They don't want to change their buying habits. So this is just fantastic technology that Doobly has overlaid on the internet so that your customers will just continually buy. Now, I'm saying your customers because I want to underscore the fact that these people that are signing up for the Doobly toolbar could very well be your customers. And how would you like to know how to generate a ton of customers that you have as your customers? And how would you like to figure out how you can get a piece of every single one of your customers' internet spending forever? Well, I have to say, to be compliant, I'm sure I have to say, as long as they have the Doobly toolbar installed, right? But who would uninstall it if you're continually making money using the toolbar? So, to me, that's for life. So how would you like to know how to get a ton of customers and how to get a piece of all of their internet spending and everybody else that they share the Doobly toolbar and the Doobly Mall with? And that's what we're going to talk about today, because that is the big play that's on the table for every single person that is listening to my voice. You have the opportunity to be in the front of a very, very big internet cash machine. And I'm not saying that in the crazy sense. This is an internet e-commerce play that you have an opportunity to be in front of. So to explain all that, I'm going to hand it over to my partner here, Kelly Williams. Take it away, sir.
Thank you very much. Let's see, am I streaming okay? Because there for a minute I thought you were, in slow motion. Your mouth and the video was, was like.
I hear you fine.
Maybe it was just because you were so excited. So anyway,
I'm excited for good reason. And I'll tell the rest of the story after you're finished.
Not a problem. Can you hear me okay?
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to need John, but he may have gone to dinner. John, are you still around? John's my PowerPoint person tonight. And what we discovered today is after I put together a PowerPoint, PowerPoint doesn't work very well on my laptop, and but it does work on a Mac. And I'm going to get like ribbed to death because my kids keep saying, "Dad, you need to go get a Mac." And I said, "No, I'll be happy with my laptop," and so forth. So when they find out this, you know what, I may have to go shopping at the Apple Store. But one of the things real quickly, and hopefully John will be on here in just a second. and he's going to run the PowerPoint presentation that I put together. But one of the things that jumped out at me that I got so excited about Doobly was the fact of, we don't have to convince somebody to go spend additional money that they're not already spending. Nor do we have to be an expert on some kind of product, whether it be a lotion, a pill, or what have you. And I'm not trying to downplay the importance of those types of products. But you know what? When I saw this, as far as the product standpoint, it just seemed to me like a tremendous no-brainer from that standpoint. And so it's easy to talk about. In my case, I'll just tell you just a really quick experience. I needed to buy a couple of items from Best Buy. I was going to hop in my car and go 25 minutes to go buy them. And I thought, well, I'm just going to use my shopping VIP membership. Got on there, placed the order. It took me all of 5 minutes. The beautiful thing about it was I got to see all the reviews and decide that's really what I wanted. Made the purchase. There was a couple of coupons on Best Buy. Made the purchase, and I think I spent maybe 145 bucks. I got 8.2% cash back, which was like $10.22 in this scenario. I used a cashback credit card, so that gave me another 3%. And then I sat there thinking, you know what? It asked me whether or not I wanted to drive and go pick it up, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to ship it. I don't need it, and it would be here in 3 days. And I realized I just saved $7 in gas. So overall, that one shopping experience in all of maybe 10 minutes max saved me literally $20 just in that one shopping excursion at Best Buy. So, John, are you available? You can run my the PowerPoint. I don't know if you're still on. Let me see if I can Skype.
Oh, okay. Yes, Kelly. I was running that, and
okay.
I just stopped running it. So hopefully you can still. Can you see my screen right now? Should be a big infinite screen.
I can see you. I can't see the infinite screen yet.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop, and we will turn that off. And okay, great. So you should see my picture.
I see your picture.
Okay, very good. So we'll go ahead and start the screen share again. And start. I'll present to everyone. And here we go.
All right, we need a drum roll.
Okay, so
I still just see you.
Okay,
John.
are you seeing the whole the slideshow now?
I don't see the slideshow. I just see a picture of you.
Okay, hold on one second. Yeah, I think buying a Mac would be.
I'm telling you, my kids will say that's what you're gonna get. So.
Okay, so I'm back on camera here. You guys are seeing me okay?
Yep, I see you.
Okay, very good. We're gonna go ahead and start this over. Excuse us for our technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. We're gonna share the screen. Share the desktop. Here it comes. And
voila, it's coming. It's
okay. And now we should be doing it. And now you should see.
It's just a black box right now.
Okay. And now you're seeing it. And now.
I'm not seeing it. I'm just seeing the black box.
Okay, sorry guys. We practiced this before.
Yeah, we did, and it was my fault. I didn't realize I couldn't put the PowerPoint on the Hangout,
okay.
at least with the laptop.
We need to do this one more time, and we're going to start the screen share, and I'm going to lock it onto my screen, and we're going to go here, and we're going to start the slideshow, and please tell me if you are seeing the slideshow now.
I just see I see it, but when you take the screen, all I see is just a black screen where the slideshow was shown earlier when we went through it.
Okay. Well, Kelly, let's just go ahead and get into a verbal presentation then, because this apparently isn't working like it did during our practice run. So,
all right, that's fine.
Good news for everybody that this is the first ever public demonstration of what we're doing. So you get to see it raw.
Yeah, and
entertainment, come back next week. So.
That's right. And anyway, I just want to apologize about that. I should have done some testing. to make sure that we could, let's see, John, it's just showing a picture of you on the screen. So yeah, I think you locked in your screen. Anyhow, I'll just go ahead.
Kelly.
We're locked on you.
You're good.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Anyway, I just want to first of all just say I'm one of those visual people. So in my case, I wanted to do this PowerPoint, and we'll figure it out, and we'll do it another time. But nonetheless, what really got me excited after I had a chance to absorb this doubly, and I will be totally honest, if it was just doubly alone, I could see the value. I could see that I could go out and probably build a business centered around the doubly products. However, in my case, one of the biggest issues I have had with online marketing is the fact that I could go out and I could build a big team. I know how to build a list. I know how to market online. But one of the biggest hiccups of online marketing is the fact most people cannot spend the same kind of time and the same kind of money that I've spent to learn how to do online marketing effective. All the branding, all the videos, all the pay-per-click, all of that stuff, when a new person comes on, it is completely chaotic for them to feel like I can do all of that. And so in a sense, it's misleading to say, hey, yeah, I can train you, you can duplicate what I'm doing. In reality, if I sat down and told them exactly how much I've spent and how much time, they're completely blown away, and all of a sudden the opportunity doesn't seem so great anymore. So in my case, I was at this point where I was saying, you know what, I'm almost ready to kind of step away from the whole online marketing, when thank goodness someone sent me a link, and I spent time watching the video, watching that hangout. And when I first watched it, it sank in. I sat back in my chair and I thought, did they just say what I thought they said? So I watched it again. I didn't go to bed that night until about 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was literally just kind of bouncing off walls. I woke up 2 hours later, and I'm staring at the ceiling. I'm going, did they just say what I think they said? And in reality, you've got this doubly piece, which is incredible. But then all of a sudden, we were introduced to is this gentleman by the name of Matt Trainer. And the name had rang a bell, but it didn't ring a big bell, because I'm like, okay, I don't know who this particular person is. But then that weekend, this was September 6th, that weekend, I spent the whole weekend just researching this Matt Trainer. In fact, I actually called some of my online connections and I said, can you give me some idea of who this Matt Trainer is? And they said, well, to be honest, he's not a real big social networker. And in my mind, I'm going, I don't care. And then he said, this particular gentleman who I highly respect, and then he turned around and he said, but the guy is in a league of himself. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, basically, he hobnobs with all of the top online marketers. In fact, he does SEO for them, which I kind of heard the story anyway. And then he basically said, the guy knows his stuff. And that's what he said. But at the same time, he was kind of to discourage me by kind of going that way, because he said, oh, he's really not a social networker. And when I hung up the phone, I said, that's all I need to know, because all I wanted to know is if Matt Trainer can really do what he's saying he can do. And so I was bouncing off walls even more at that point, and started actually promoting it, reaching out to a handful of people by phone. It wasn't because I had this big list. I was reaching out by phone to start building the business. And so let me just talk about what got me so excited about Matt Trainer. Was the fact, to me, that was the missing piece with online marketing. And the missing piece is most people can't duplicate one another, can't duplicate a leader, can't duplicate a system. But what if there was a system that literally you had an expert running, putting his brilliance in terms of SEO, search engine optimization, which most of us struggle getting to the top of a page unless we're the first one in a company, and then we can get there. No, this is an expert that literally is one of the top SEO experts in the world, that people have flocked to him to have him do SEO work. And when I heard the fact that he was putting aside $40 million in contracts to work exclusively on this product or on this project to create an SEO, what I call an SEO movement that really is going to kind of take over the SEO market, and he's coupling that with Doobly products, which is the cash back, all of a sudden the light bulbs started to go off, they started to flash, and I'm like, this is what I need. I can now plug other people in to what's being created with this WUKAR group, which is headed up by Matt Trainer. I can get involved and plug my people in, and now they have the same ability as I do to basically enjoy the success that I've enjoyed. And why is it that they can do that without having to learn how to do all the components themselves of SEO, or learning how to brand themselves, or how to compose emails, what all the different tools or all the different components of online marketing? Is because what Matt and his team and all of us are going to be participating in is we're creating this SEO movement collectively. And as a result of that, our participation creates credits for us. And what do we do with those credits? We're able to have from the system, which is in essence going to generate thousands upon thousands of customers and business builders to our business. And as we participate in these tasks or other type of services to the group collectively, we earn these credits, and those will actually get us customers, business builders. This isn't a list building system. This is actually a business building system for everybody who wants to participate. And so from that perspective, all of a sudden, my feelings changed about online marketing. And literally in the past 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I have slept all of two or 3 hours a night, because I wake up and my mind is going 100 miles a minute because I see the power behind what we're doing. And so with that said, what I would recommend everybody from, within the sound of my voice, is to seriously do some additional research. And what you're going to find is that there will be nothing that has ever been created like this, and that if you don't choose to get involved, those people who you could have gotten involved will. I am a firm believer that as a result of this huge SEO movement, and when I say SEO movement, all I'm referring to is the fact of once you have some credits, you've earned these credits because you've gone in and you've done some tasks that have been carved out, they've been well defined, there's video instructions on how to do them. Even from the simplest tasks of creating different Gmail accounts or social networking accounts or so forth, to video creation for those of us who know how to do all that. Okay, you get to choose which tasks you want to do, and when you do that, you accumulate credits, and you'll be in this rotator. There's nothing more complicated than basically you're plugging into this rotator, and if you can visualize this, there's this huge funnel, and this huge funnel has customers being jammed in it. And how are they getting jammed in it? Because there's hundreds of thousands of SEO campaigns going on and more being added every single day that's jamming customers into this funnel, and out pops customers all day long by the thousands. And this rotator's coming around, and as you have credits, bingo, you get a customer. You come around, bingo, you get a customer. All you need to do is make sure that you're doing tasks, and then also make sure that you have credits, that it doesn't go to zero. And as long as that happens, guess what? You're going to be accumulating customers and business builders. So let's look at the option. You can go learn all that you want to learn about online marketing. It may take you months or even years in some cases. And as a result of that, there are some who still flounder even after they spent thousands of dollars. I can't tell you the number of people I talk to every single day that are going, you know what, I've been at this for 4 years, 5 years, and I've actually made very little or nothing. I've spent more money than I've made. At that point, I say, just give me your ear one last time, because this is the last time you'll have to worry about it. Is because what's happening with this movement as a team and as a collaboration, and once it rolls out, I'm telling you, you will kick yourself if you choose not to get involved, because I believe, just as Matt Trainer believes, that it's not going to be a 5-10 year build. We're talking 2, maybe 3 years when you see the magnitude of what really can happen. Okay, so why am I so excited about the doobly now overlaid by the movement of this WUKAR team? Is because if it was simply 1 or 2 SEO campaigns out there that hopefully is going to generate enough traffic, enough customers, enough business builders to our teams, well, then it would get diluted. But when you recognize the fact that there's zillions of products within our shopping portals within Doobly, and there's unlimited potential with the product that we have in front of us. And the beautiful thing, once again, is what Carla explained. Our product is teaching people how to get the maximum amount of cash back. And so obviously you can tell I'm extremely excited about this, simply because now I can honestly say to a person that I'm talking to, whether it be mom, dad, or Uncle Bob, that they can get involved with what we're doing, and they can make a significant amount of money if they're willing to put in some effort. Okay, this isn't a push button 1, 2, 3, and hey, the system's just going to spit it out. No, we need everybody's effort. This is a collective jump in, do some tasks, get some credits, get some customers, get some business builders, and you will see some amazing things happen. That's why it's attracting people like Carla, like John, like Tony, like Christian, and many others who are jumping in this. It's not because we want to just be highly successful ourselves and pat our pockets and add some more highlights to our resume or our life story. It's because we finally see something that's going to help the person who hasn't had success in this business. That's why I'm so excited, and why so many other people are. So with that said, I just want to kind of wrap this all up by saying this: you have an option, and down below here there is a button that basically says get started now, or there may be additional pages that other people have created that says, reserve your spot or what have you. Reserve your spot, get started today, and start building an empire, literally. I just want to close with one story, and maybe this is a story that maybe will get you off the fence, okay? Because it helped me, and years ago, it was actually I had my own financial services company, but I started with a company called Edward Jones, and you may have heard of Edward Jones. Well, their way of marketing was actually going out and knocking on doors in your area. You set up an office, you went out and knocked on doors. So yeah, I was kind of like a Fuller Brush man. But you would go and knock on doors, and you would introduce yourself and do a little song and dance at the doorstep in your tie, in your suit, with your little notepad, okay? Why I thought that would be awesome, I don't know, but I did. Maybe I was a little wild nut, but it taught me a tremendous lesson. And hopefully it will share, as I share this with you, you'll understand why. So I went through all this training. I got all of my licenses. I was 40 years old, and I had my 6 children, okay? And they were relying on me. So I went through this training. We were making next to nothing at the time. And I got my licenses. I would go back to St. Louis. I would go through this training. They'd teach you how to knock on doors, what to say, and so on. So I was pumped. I was so excited. I said, I'm going to rip this thing up, because I had a friend that was making mega bucks. So I says, hey, if he can do it, I can do it. And so this was after we sold some Subway sandwich franchises. So I had some money coming in from the sale of those businesses to kind of help us keep afloat. So I was starting this new career, and so I was so excited. This was July, and it was so warm here in Utah. By 9 o'clock, it was literally 95 degrees, but I'm in my suit and tie. Keep in mind, once again, I know you're probably out there going, why would anybody want to do that? But I could see what my buddy was making, and I thought, I'm going to make that. And so I remember I picked out a street, got out of my car, and I went and knocked on the very first door. And as I knocked on that very first door, the woman only opened it about this far, and I couldn't even get my name out, let alone who I was with, what I was doing, before she slammed the door and said, I'm not interested. I felt like crud. I mean, at that point, you know, I was the only one there. I felt like every eye in the neighborhood was on me, just staring at me. I doubt they were, but in my mind, I thought that everybody was looking at me. And as I started to walk away, kind of like a puppy with, you know, with its tail between its legs, and as I started to walk away, the thought came, you are the biggest idiot in the world. Why did you even think that you could do this? This is going to be the biggest struggle of your life, to be knocking on doors every single day in 95-degree heat, hoping that you're going to get somebody to put their name and their address down so that you can invite them to something, or send a financial piece of information to them. And I basically made my way back to the car, and I sat in my car. And I kept thinking, and I was just pounding on myself, just thinking, you are stupid. Why are you doing this? Okay, there's got to be something better in life than this is what life is for the next little while. You're going to be knocking on doors. And literally, I was starting up the car to pull away when the other side kicked in and basically said, if you drive away, you are going to be letting your family down, and you're going to be letting yourself down. And all of a sudden, I turned, I will be honest, I didn't go to the same neighborhood. I drove to a different neighborhood. And thank goodness I didn't drive home. I got out of the car and I knocked on doors for 7 months, from 9 in the morning sometimes till 9 at night, and getting 25 names on a list of people who may want to come to a seminar where I could share some financial advice and information to them. And I didn't go home unless I had 25. And in fact, I upped it. I said, if they're doing 25, the average 25, I want to do 30. So I wouldn't go home until I had 30 names. And if I was driving home and I counted, and all of a sudden when I would count I had less than 30 names, I would pull over at the grocery store. And I would make sure I had 30, even if it meant that I was walking around the store and getting other people, okay? And so with that said, I remember driving home that first night, and I knew inside, okay, I had a lot of, you know, there was some awesome people that I knocked on doors, but there were also some people that slammed the door in my face. But as I was driving home, I knew that day I would be successful, because I was choosing to do something that most people wouldn't do. And that, and I knew deep inside. I couldn't go to a family member because they didn't have any money to invest. This was all from knocking on doors. That literally what happened from that day to when I sold my financial services practice to get involved in online marketing, we built a financial services company that had 4 offices. We had 9 other advisors working under our financial services umbrella, and we were managing over $300 million in assets, all because I made a decision on that very day to get out of my car and make a difference. And so I just want to say, you are watching this tonight, and I will honestly say that of all the businesses I've done, from Subway sandwich shops to my own financial services company, you know, that built a $300 million business where we were managing assets for our clients, there is nothing out there. This dwarfs the income potential of what we've put together with Team WUKAR and Doobly dwarfs the income of what those are. Hence my decision to get involved, because I know I want to help people, and this is something that's going to help them. So you're sitting there with this decision, and your decision is, it's a $600 decision or is it a $24.75? And as I look back and realize that this opportunity dwarfs whatever I've done in the past, it's almost laughable. In fact, it is. That it only cost me $24.75 to do it. It's almost unbelievable that that is the cost in order to be associated and do what we're doing. And so with that said, to me, it's become the best ROI, and we haven't even triggered the rotators, which are a few weeks away. And so once those get kicking in and the SEO starts to happen, we will literally have people who have not made a dime in online marketing. And I already have people who haven't made a dime, who've already made $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and have never made anything. But once the rotators get going and this SEO movement starts to happen, exciting things are going to take place and lives are going to be changed in a big way, and we want one of those lives to be yours. So my recommendation is, just like I had to make a decision that day to drive away or to get out of the car again, you have a decision right now that will literally change the rest of your life like it did mine. And so with that said, I just want to say thanks, John, and thanks, Carla, for an opportunity. I see the PowerPoint's now up. We'll just have to do that another time.
Yeah, Kelly, I was going to tell you, we got this baby running, and apparently it was
I mean, if you want to zip through, we can zip through the slides.
Well, if there's a couple of slides you want me to show, you just tell me what to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get this baby rolling. Just tell me what you want. So here we go.
Why don't you just once again, Carla talked about Doobly, and I mentioned about Team WUKAR. Let's just flip to the next slide, John, and let's see if we can zip through that quickly. And you may say, well, how is Team WUKAR going to help me? Okay, just stop on this slide real quickly. Now in this case, the slides aren't popping up because these things all blend together on a normal PowerPoint.
Yeah, I had to just convert them all into JPEGs, and I'm just running.
Oh, okay, that's okay. Right now. That's okay. So literally, you all know, and for those who don't know what SEO is, it's search engine optimization. This is a simple search with hotels, and this is Matt Trainer, by the way. Okay, once again, just by looking at him, you can tell he's not the suit and tie, jump up and down, look at me, I'm making tons of money, and get in this thing. That excites me because he knows what he's doing, and we want somebody who is as brilliant as a Matt Trainer to actually do this. And so if you look at this is just a simple search on hotels. And hotels literally, just through the search, has over 1 trillion, my understanding is 1 trillion, what they call long tail searches, where somebody says, hey, gee, I want the best hotel deal in Waikiki or what have you. Matt Trainer, is an expert on those. That's what we'll be creating all collectively together, different components of those SEO campaigns. And so you notice the one at the top, that's a pay-per-click or a pay-per impressions, and so forth. But these other ones, that takes some brilliance to get to the top of search engines when people are doing that. That's what we are creating. We are doing it under the tutelage of Matt Trainer, who this shows the picture. So why don't you just slide down, and I'll just go down to some more slides where you see the first, let's see, keep going down, right here. Okay, just show this slide. So in essence, what's going to happen, and this is just kind of a visual picture of what the rotator in essence is going to happen. As long as, and you are the coach here, as long as you have credits. And how do you get credits? You're actually going to earn those credits. Now you have an opportunity. If you don't want to go earn the credits, Matt said you can actually buy them, all right? But all that's literally happening in this little illustration is there's a little sweet spot. So you've got this funnel. Customers are just being jammed in there by these hundreds of thousands of campaigns, piling in these customers, and they're shooting out of this. And this rotator is going to go around. And as long as you have customers, when you hit the sweet spot, bingo, you get a customer or you get a business builder. There will be different rotators moving simultaneously at the same time. And so at that point, then, like I said, you've got this rotator happening, and bingo, you get a customer. Why don't you go to the slide down? Keep going down. You've got to go pretty far down because these are all kind of automated slides. Go down. See, there you go. See, they're actually moving. That's what the rotator does. And as people get in that sweet spot, bingo, you're making more and more money because customers are being added. And then there you go. You're doing good, John. And then there you go. Okay, so this is what I wanted to show you because this blew me away. And that is every single customer that you have, no matter where they come from, whether you added them, where your customers referred other customers, which is awesome because customers who refer customers, they make $20. You make $25 as a business associate. But this is the powerful number right here. Every customer that's on your team, that's part of this rotator or where these customers come from, represents $200 for you annually. So let's think about that. You can do the math. Times that by 1,000. We're not talking about times it by 10,000. Just times it by 1,000. What will that do for you? Just times it by 100. What will that do for you every single year? Okay, so the question you have to ask yourself is how many customers do you really want? Do you want a few or do you want thousands of them? If you want thousands of them, you can have thousands of them without having to go out and learn how to do significant online marketing. It really is based on your efforts by completing some tasks. That's it. That's the simplicity of how this works. We currently have 400 to 1 customers for every business associate or rep. That's unheard of in this industry, by the way. I've been privy to some online and offline marketing folks in the industry, and this is how most companies work. If you don't make a sale and you're a distributor, after 2 or 3 months, they can reclassify you as a customer. And as a result of that, guess what? Then the MLM company can show, gee, we've got 2 to 1 or 3 to 1, 400 to 1. This is why Matt Trainer is so excited is the customers. He's not a big jump up and down, I'm an MLM guru. He's not, okay? So let's just go back to that slide you were on right there. Yeah, that's perfect. No, the one that with the cave girl. There you go. Okay, so ultimately, here's the formula. You got Doobly, which is incredible cash back. There's nothing to be ashamed of the product that we're offering people, and we can all get excited about that. Then you've got the Team WUKAR, which is this SEO movement we're all participating in. Okay. It's not just a Matt Trainer. He knows he can't do all this himself, and he's needing us to come together and do tasks and help this SEO movement basically spread throughout the internet. And then your effort. So you add your effort to this, and then the slide right below that one, John. There you go. It's going to result in this. And those of you who are part of my team or other teams, I want to help as many people who we possibly can. You've seen the video, most of you, that Doobly is basically has carved out in the Grand Cayman 500 lots. This isn't just a lease program. They're actually giving us a lot as well as a home for 500 people who just get after it. And so many of us are getting after it. And so we invite you to do the same thing. So let's just go to the last slide. Okay, real quickly, I just want to point this out. There will be three rotators: customers, business associates, and business partners. We have got into business partners, and I want to point out that this is about helping you build your online business. It's not about simply helping you build a list. It's about helping you build a business online. If you're willing to dig in and help, then you can participate in these SEO rotators. I do want to, why don't you go to the last, there you go. This slide right here, and we'll just kind of wrap it up, is that there's basically, in order to participate, I get this question every single day. How can I participate? I have a limited amount that I can get involved. In this case, if you started as a team member, which gets you a business license, this is a Doobly business license. It doesn't cost you anything to be part of Doobly or part of WUKAR Team, except your effort and your energy. Okay, but as far as Doobly goes, in order to participate, we're linking the Doobly business entry to what we're doing with the rotators. So those who choose to get involved as a team member, which includes a $99 business license and the $495 voucher package, it's a total of just shy of $600. You'll be able to participate in the customer rotator, all right, which will be spitting out customers, and those who start at the $24.75, which this shows you what's included in there. You get the $99 business license and a partner certificate, so you can actually go out and get nonprofits as well as other business entities. And we're not going to get into a lot of that because we want to wrap this up. And then the $13.80 and voucher package. Well, if you do that, and that's how you start, which is how I started and how most of those who are part of my team, and a good chunk of people who see this and the light bulb goes off, it's $24.75. And literally, like I said, it was almost laughable from my perspective after building many brick and mortar businesses and also online businesses, that literally the income potential behind this, to know that I can get started for just $24.75 is almost simply too good to be true. So like I said, I've been fortunate enough to have owned and operated my own business, from Subway sandwiches to my own financial services, as well as several other online marketing programs. But this, literally, it does dwarf them all in terms of the income potential. And so to think that literally I can get started for $24.75 is truly unbelievable. It's like winning the lottery. And so if you're sitting there, just like I said just a few minutes ago, there's going to be a button that looks just like this down below. And you have an opportunity, just like I did, to get out of the car and go knock on doors and have this happen. But guess what? You are part of a movement where it's not just you knocking on doors. It's you plus thousands of other people going and standing and knocking on that door. And how intimidating is that now when somebody opens the door? Okay, what I'm saying is you have an opportunity to be part of something that's bigger than all of us collectively. However, collectively, we're going to be able to earn some significant amounts of money and help a lot of other people do the same thing. And that's what excites me. So I invite you to literally get out of the car and let's press the button and let's get you going. So with that said, John, I appreciate you being my little Vanna White tonight. And I'm sorry I didn't test this before we got started, and so forth. And thanks, Carla, as well. And
yeah, my pleasure. You know what? All technical difficulties aside, this has just been a slamming ride for the last 6 weeks. Imagine once we got our systems together, folks. So, Carla, do you have any closing comments before we wrap up tonight?
Well, just to give you an idea of the quality of the leadership that we have here, these are big business people, right? And we need thousands of individuals to help us execute on all of this technology. And Matt could have gone and hired 1,000 people and done it all himself. But what he's doing here is twofold. First of all, he's hiring us to help him execute this. So it's an incredible team effort. But more importantly, he's made a promise to the team. And this is just as an exhibit of the heart that is, but Matt doesn't need to make any more money, right? His projections are that his business is going to be throwing, and guys, these are big numbers, right? His projections are showing that his business alone is going to be throwing about $1 million a week by the end of December, beginning of January. Guess what? For those of you that get started, and for those of you that make the position of sales director, and that's simply having 12 people on your team in a certain way. It's not anything that's onerous or difficult to do. and please make sure you get all of your questions answered about how to do that. It isn't outrageous, right? It's not. It's something that's very easy to do. If you do that by November 1st, you become part of what he's called his Millionaires Club. And he's taking every single cent that he makes in the business and he's dumping it right back into the business, into your business, until, get this guys, until you have made $1 million. So Matt's not taking any money out. He's going to continue working for you until you have made $1 million. Is this something where unicorns and rainbows fly out of the sky and just dump money into your account? No. We are all going to be working. There's going to be hard work to be done. But this is, I've never seen anything like this before in my life, and once in a lifetime opportunity, and the words ground floor opportunity get kicked around a lot. But you can't get any more ground floor than this. We just started. I got started 6 weeks ago yesterday. John beat me by a day and a half, something like that. We've all been putting this, and we've jumped out of the plane. We're slowing the parachute on the way down. Everybody's going to be safe because we're in great hands. But that is the kind of heart that you're associating yourself with. I flew however many 9,000 miles or whatever it was to get to Dubai so I could look myself into Matt Trainer's eyes, so that I could look myself into the CEO of Doobly, Michael Hansen's eyes. And I wanted to know for myself, are these people real? And I got to tell you, these people have the biggest hearts ever. Doobly is dedicated to helping us and giving us whatever we want, need to grow as a team and as a company on our side. And right from the very top, Matt Trainer is going to change our lives fundamentally. So I don't know where you're at, right? You might be commuting, this ridiculous commute every day. Maybe you've been out of work for a while. Maybe you are like I was in corporate America. I was traveling and sitting on airplanes all the time. Maybe right now you're watching this from a conference room or a cubicle somewhere. Maybe you are frustrated. Maybe you don't see your family, right? This is an opportunity to change all that, because it's already changed so many people's lives. I wouldn't be here except for two reasons. And the first reason, one I have to totally admit, is the income opportunity, right? We're talking big cash here. But the second thing is this is a playing field where anybody that can send an email, as long as you can turn on your computer, send an email, follow directions, and click, anybody can make money here simply by getting to work and executing on the tasks that Kelly talked about. So if you're ready, and I suggest if you're not and you're sitting on the fence and you still have some questions, make sure you get back to the person that invited you here. We're all going to make ourselves available tonight to you if you have any additional questions, but this is your time. This is your time to get out of that commute. This is time to spend time with your family. This is time to create your own life. And this is time for you to get to work in a team environment that is going to raise the playing field for everybody. So Kelly, thank you. John, thank you. Press the button underneath this video and get started. Take your life to the next level. It's time, and it's your time. Thanks, guys.